It is official. President Biden is now approving $39 billion worth of financial relief for almost 1 million Americans. Several state lawmakers are also working together to push further aid for homeowners and renters. This could be equal to over $2,000. My dear friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, to say thank you for being part of this community, I will be announcing several winners tomorrow for the Walmart gift card giveaway. My friends, if you'd like to enter these weekly giveaways, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways.
Several Democratic senators wrote a letter to student loan service providers this week saying they're concerned about whether they're going to be able to handle the restart of payments this fall. And they're citing what they say is a heavy workload and the weakened ability of these providers to deal with all of this because of layoffs and the big transfer of borrowers during the pause over the last 3 years. Does the administration share those concerns, and has the White House spoken to those senators about what the federal government might be able to do to alleviate some of these problems?
So one of the things I can say is, as the pause is going to be lifted, the Department of Education has been in touch with certain administrators to see what we can do to be helpful. Don't have any calls to read out with the two senators that you list out, but it is something that the Department of Education is aware of and wants to make sure that we do this in a smart and effective way. I don't have any details. I would have to refer you to the Department of Education, as certainly they are running this process.
When the student loan process was all announced a couple weeks ago, there was that 12-month on-ramp transition period, which was certainly framed as a way to help borrowers as they restarted their payments. If they missed a payment, that they wouldn't default on their loans. But could this end up helping the loan providers if they're dealing with the flood on their end and helping them more so than the borrowers?
Well, it was designed to help the borrowers. That was the whole idea of announcing the 12-month ramp. That's what it's designed to do. That's what we want to make sure that we understand, that it's going to take folks a little bit more time, and they do need a little bit of that breathing room. And so we believe that it is going to be beneficial to the borrowers. We believe that it's going to be, it's an option that is certainly needed for many borrowers. So that's how we moved it forward. That's how we're looking at it. And so we believe, again, it's going to be something that the borrowers will benefit from as we're getting them back into this loan process.
Relief is coming for homeowners. Honolulu, Hawaii Mayor Rick Blancardi signed 2 measures into law this past Wednesday. The bill signed into law provides a real property tax credit for homeowners whose property tax exceeds 3% of their income. The Honolulu City Council said the threshold for eligibility for the credit has not been updated since 2014, and the home exemptions were not updated since 2019. We need to be better in considering these types of modifications on a more timely basis. So to qualify for the tax credit, the combined income of all title holders for the property must not exceed $80,000. Also, the amount of property tax after applying the credit is not less than the minimum tax required, which is $300. Bill 40, which the Honolulu mayor also signed, increases the exemption amount from $100,000 to $120,000 for homeowners, and it is $140,000 to $160,000 for senior citizens. Also, the state of Idaho has ended the 2023 fiscal year this past June with a $99.1 million budget surplus. The $99.1 million surplus will be combined with $205 million in funding that has already been earmarked for property tax reductions through House Bill 292 to total about $300 million in property tax reductions. Idaho homeowners will see their property tax credit when they receive their property tax bill this November. The amount of property tax reductions that residents of Idaho will receive will vary. It will be based on the county and the taxing districts that their home is located and the home's assessed valuation. The Montana's Republican-controlled legislature also directed hundreds of millions of dollars from the state's historic budget surplus, which is about $899 million in total. It will go towards income and property tax rebates during this year's legislative session. With these rebates signed into law by Governor Greg Gianforte in March, and income rebates heading to homeowners this month, lawmakers passed two buckets of rebates. One is focused on income taxes, and the other is on property taxes. If you were a full-year Montana resident who paid your state taxes in 2020 and 2021, you should receive a rebate of up to $1,250. If you meet these requirements but paid less than $1,250, you will have your entire payment refunded. Just weeks after the Supreme Court struck down President Biden's plan to cancel up to $20,000 of student loan debt, some borrowers got good news. The Biden administration announced it will be forgiving loans for more than 800,000 Americans for a total of $39 billion in relief. Although the Supreme Court concluded that President Biden did not have the power to broadly cancel people's student debt balances at the end of June, his administration used existing regulatory authority to carry out the latest relief. Unlike Biden's sweeping student loan forgiveness plan that would have impacted the majority of borrowers, the latest debt cancellation applies only to those who have been making payments for 20 to 25 years. Those eligible borrowers were mostly enrolled at some point in what was called the ICR, or Income Contingent Repayment Plan. ICR was the first payment plan available that allowed borrowers to pay what they could afford each month. Other repayment plans have not existed long enough to reach the qualifying 20 or 25-year mark. Income-based repayment has existed since 2009 and requires 25 years of payments to reach forgiveness. The Pay-As-You-Earn plan launched in 2012 and requires 20 years of payments for forgiveness. So if you're not sure if you can expect this aid, the United States Department of Education said it will alert eligible borrowers within days. It will take up to 1 month after the borrower is notified for the loan cancellation to occur. The U.S. Department of Education also said that if you qualify for this debt relief but have not received it by the time that student loan bills resume in October, you will not be required to make any payments. Well, my magnificent and most marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Thursday. My dearest friends, I will be announcing several winners tomorrow for the Walmart gift card giveaway. Please make sure you enter the giveaways by clicking and liking several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed Thursday.